Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Non-League 2 Premier League here with Bath City. I left you last time, we're still third in the table here, up on 55 points, 8 points ahead of Horsham in 7th, who are our opponents today, so we're quite safely in the playoff spaces. I did think I'd pop in, I've got a few emails through today and you'll see, best performing defensive player analysis. Danny Greenslade is one of the most dominant Enterprise South defenders. And then if you look at best performing defending team analysis, Bath City are amongst the best defensive. So I spoke about our goal difference all season, and it just shows how dominant we've been at not conceding and how brilliant that defence have been at keeping clean sheets, keeping the goals out. As we head into the game, this was the new formation we used for the second half in the last game. And I've been tempted to use it today, but I will stick to my usual formation here and just hope that it works, and if it doesn't, we have that to turn to with ours on the bench again. Jenkins Davies is almost back. He'll be back in full trainings in 2 days, so he should be back ready for our next game. Owen Windsor slightly longer, 5 to 10 days, so he might be able to meet the bench. We're starting to get some of our key players back here. Playing without them, we've managed to keep the momentum going, and having them back's only going to assist us on our push for promotion. So another big game today. As in previous videos, I am live streaming Football Manager right now. So if you did want to come and drop in one of my live streams, I'll be streaming at least every single Tuesday at around 4 PM, and I may do so every so often on other days if I find myself with a bit of spare time. So please check the description or check my channel, and there'll be a link to my Twitch stream there. Feel free to drop me a follow so you get notified when I do go live. And here we go, a good start. It looks like that ball over the top to Keto. That's been dangerous the past few games for us. And Greenslade in to Beardmore, and that is a brilliant start. What an interception there from Danny Boy, and the ball just falls to Keto, straight into Beardmore, and Beardmore slots that into the corner. And this is a great start. Look at that interception. Keto, first time, Beardmore takes a touch, steadies himself, one-on-one pretty much with the keeper, and just slots it into that bottom corner. And that is a great start to this game. And here we are again in Horsham's final third. Danny into Sweeten, back out to Danny. Play it back. We're trying to pick gaps here, and that's a great 1-2 there between Greenslade and Sweeten. He managed to get that ball when Beardmore picks it up again. Tilson with a long shot, easily blocked, and Murphy picks it up and knocks it past Parcell. Giving Horsham a bit of a break from the onslaught they faced in these first 5 minutes. And we continue in our fashion of absolutely dominating games here. High to low 60% possessions for most of the games these past few games. So you can see this formation's working really well in terms of dominating the play. It was the goal scoring we were struggling with, but we haven't struggled so far today. And Ash will now pick the ball up out wide. What will he do? 1-2 there, a couple of passes round the wing, drills it into Sweeten on the edge, and that is cleared by Horsham. Greenslade again having a stand-up performance. I think sometimes the work he does can go unnoticed, but the way he bombs up and down that left-hand side is overly important for our team. It's a key feature here, and since Keto's moved up top, his runs in behind have been brilliant. And considering Keto was brought in as a replacement for Greenslade, Greenslade's really stepped up, and Keto finds himself in a new position playing up front. And he is living wonders up there. A new role within the squad, a new role for him, and he's picked it up like a duck to water. And we're coming into the final 20 minutes of this half. The game looking rather even, but all the chances falling to Bath so far. And what can Horsham do here with the ball? They play that well and spread it out to their wide right to Sanders. Sanders will look to take on Danny, and Danny, cynical foul there, and I believe that will probably be a card. And he does get a card for that. That's the only bad thing about Danny's game sometimes. Where I get him to attack so much, he does get caught out tracking back. And often feels he has to take down the man to stop what could be a promising attack for the opposition. And they're looking towards that side Danny's on again. They know he's on a yellow. Danny's allowed the man to turn him there. And Sanders now, can he get a ball in? He does, but that's cleared at the back post. Falls back to Horsham and they blaze that chance over the bar. Final 15 minutes of the half here. Bath City looking good for their 1-0 lead at the moment, but Horsham have created some half chances that could be threatening if it wasn't for the dominance of the Bath City defence, especially in the air. Batten looks long towards Ash, but that's lost. Sweeten wings that back brilliantly in the midfield. Beardmore, Keto, Beardmore again. He's going to have to go back to Rains. Rains straight back to Beardmore. Rains now, is that a foul? No, it's not. Play on. Into Sweeten. And that was an opportunity there for Sweeten, who continues to grow within this squad. Some of the injuries we've got have really, really benefited Sweeten, because Beardmore's been forced out that centre mid position into Cam whilst we don't have Jenkins Davies. And to be honest, that's probably benefited Beardmore as well. He's had some outstanding performances as of late. Pass on Danny with a couple of 1-2s, but Danny loses that ball to Sanders, and Sanders seems to be giving him a bit of trouble out on this right hand side. Here, play that in the box now. Miles Meekham's was not marked, he was open at the back post, and it's a good block by the Bath City defence, and now Russ gets in and gets that ball out. We're coming up to the half-time whistle. Bath City still in the lead at 1-0, and will they get another opportunity here before half-time? As that ball goes from Sweeten to Danny to Sweeten back to Danny, and that's a great shot. That was a good effort there from Sweeten. He continues to grow. I nicknamed him the future of the club, and he has looked promising as we go into the half-time with a 1-0 lead with a good performance so far. We struggle with some limited options on the bench sometimes, and that's when that secondary tactic I've got of a 4-2-3-1 could come in hand. I just drop one of the forwards out and I can bring Alves in, and it suits the team really well. So having those two options depending on what's happening in the game is brilliant to have. Sweeten again into Tilson. Back to Sweeten now. Sweeten's got a chance. It's a good block, but that falls to Russ. And 2-foot Tim in goal there. Duncan plucks the ball out the air for Horsham. Very small keeper. Very small keeper there. Horsham with a throw in their own half here. Sweeten intercepts that brilliantly, and we play it to Tilson along to Russ. Russ plays the ball to Danny. Danny takes a shot. Poor in the end. But another opportunity falling to Bath's way. You see Rains getting tired out there, so Gibbons will probably have to make an appearance soon. And they play that forward to Murphy, to Ajimang. Out wide now. Danny tracking back. He does okay. Slows the play down, but they played around it and whipped the ball in. Miles Meekham knocks that down. And that's a good block, I believe, by Russ there. Ash tracking back to get the ball now. He's driving forward. Plays it back to Batten there. Tilson. Coming up to the 55th minute. My first substitution will be Rains now for Gibbons. A bit of fresh legs. Danny getting tired on that left. After this highlight, I may look to bring Danny off and would drop Keto back. More than capable in both positions, Keto. Russ now to Tilson. Tilson back to Russ. Sweeten now. Looking for an opportunity there. Ball over the top to Ash. Great ball. Here playing it back to Gibbons, who's just came on. Russ now back to Gibbons. What can Gibbons do? Russ tries to put that in. It's blocked. But then reset again. Into Sweeten now, who has a shot. And that's easily saved by the Horsham keeper there. Duncan now throws that out wide. And we look to make some subs here now. Greenslade. Keto's going to drop back. And we're going to bring on Fish for a start. Silson's looking tired, so Russ will drop back into his spot. And we'll bring on Bauman again. This time Bauman's going to stay in the centre of the park. Beardmore will stay in that cam role. And we're into the last half hour of the game now. Bath City once again looking very, very good, dominant in possession and chances, but they're not putting enough away. I think that was 13 shots, 4 on target, and just 1 goal to show for it. And when you don't take your opportunities, you do allow the opposition ways to get back into the game. And will Horsham do that now? Down the right here. And now that's a tactical foul by Russ, similar to Greensley's in the first half, and Russ is lucky to escape without a card there. Coming up to the final 20 minutes now. Horsham with a ball into the box, whilst Richards come out and claims that brilliantly. Still struggling to decide between him and Binns, because both of them when they play give me some good solid performances. A ball forward towards Ash there, but the knockdown's won by Horsham, and their attack, and they're driving into the box now. Russ back there to clear the ball. And we've got a couple more tired legs out there, so a couple more subs will be made. Ash is going to come off, and we're going to give Mabika a chance. And my only real other option is Tomlinson, and he's going to come on for Russ. But Parcel's going to step into that DM centre-back hybrid role. I'm sure he's more than capable there. And that's all my substitutions used now into the final 15 minutes as Gibbons steps over this free kick. What will he do with it? He'll play that short to Beardmore. Beardmore tries the shot, it's blocked. Flicks it on back into the box. A bit of funny ball played there, but the ball falls for Gibbons for a long ball towards Fish. But that's defended well by Horsham, but Tomlinson picks up another long ball towards Fish. And it's bouncing around, and it's fell at the feet of Bath again in the attacking third. Fisher now with an opportunity, and that was close, that was inches wide. And Fish, especially during our injury crisis, has become an important man to our squad, scoring the winner, I believe, in the last game. But Bath, once again, I said it before, only 1-0 up. They are not safe yet. And that's a poor shot, really, easily saved by Harvey, whilst Richards here roll out to Batten. Batten running down the clock a bit here, assessing his options. Tomlinson steps in to pick up that ball towards Parcel, who's playing in more of a midfield role now. And that's a ball forward to Mabika, who can't win the ball. And Horsham playing out from the back now. Going direct here with Roberts. He's waiting for some support. And that was very poor by Horsham, a wasted opportunity to try and build up an attack there. The closing 10 minutes of the game now, it's important Bath get another goal and give themselves that cushion to go on and win the game. Gibbons on the corner plays that in. And that looks like it's up for another corner there. Duncan diving to make the save. Can Bath City hold on in these dying moments? We will see as he plays that ball to the youth player Mabika. Mabika now, he can drive, he's got a bit of pace. He loses the ball too easily. That's straight back to the Bath back line with Tomlinson collecting it into Batten. Parcel ticking the ball over in the midfield now. Mabika almost losing the ball, but Beardmore gets it. Fish will shoot from there. Easy for the keeper. And Horsham now. Once again they're trying to tap, but Sweeten's there to intercept the ball. He's had a brilliant game this game so far, Sweeten. Winning things, being creative, doing very well. And there he is again, Sweeten, as I speak about him, picking up the ball. Bauman, Sweeten, plays it into Fish, who can hold that up. That's a foul there in the middle of the park, on Sweeten by Roberts. Roberts given a final warning, compared to Greenslade's straight yellow in the first half of the game. Bath on the attack now as we come into the closing couple of minutes. It looks like we should hold on now with only a minute of normal time to go. Into Sweeten there. Here play it into Bauman. Bauman looks to shoot. It was blocked. Sweeten will reset with the back line. Tomlinson over the top. Can we pick anyone up? No, but Kettle will go back to win it. Parcel now. We're coming up to the final minute of the game and Mabika gets an opportunity. Not a bad effort. Slightly tame and an easy save. But does that allow Horsham a chance to attack? 4 minutes of stoppage time. Bath just need to hold on here. And it is we join back in with Horsham on the ball. And they're playing it round now. Elliott. Bath City now in the dying moments. Horsham fighting for a playoff spot. Getting a corner now in the dying moments of the game. Sweeten looking absolutely knackered out there, but he's had a game and a half. The Horsham keeper was up. But Wiles Richards sensibly slows the game down. Now he plays it long. Will Fish win that? He does to Mabika. What can Mabika do here now? He plays it back to Sweeten. And they lose the ball, Bath here. You really want to be keeping hold of it. But that's great defending by Tomlinson. A flip by Bauman to Beardmore. Plays it out to Gibbons now. Sweeten taking it over. He's had a great game in the middle of the park. And there he is to Batten. Bath working their way towards a full-time whistle. But Parsal gives that away. And is this another opportunity for Horsham to level the game up in the dying seconds of the game now? They've whipped it in, Roberts. But Gibbons with an absolutely great header. And there is the full-time whistle. Bath City with a good 1-0 win. A well-deserved win. With the amount of opportunities we built up here. 18 shots, 7 on target. Only 1 goal. That is disappointing. But we will take the win. Keeping us in second. 1 point behind Maidstone currently. It was a good result. Glad to get through that really. Could have ended badly, especially when they had a last minute chance. With us only taking the lead in the 4th minute. 86 minutes without anything when dominating is bad and it's something we need to look at. But a win's a win, so I cannot be disappointed. We are in the middle of transfer rumours going on in the higher leagues. Sadly, I can't be part of that. I've got absolutely no money. In fact, I've got such little money that at the moment I'm unable to renew Tilson's contract, and with how important he's been in that CDM role, that's going to be a big loss. You'll see in the next game we are coming up against Hemel Hempstead here. Take a look at where we might find Hemel in the table, down in 22nd. So it's a game that we should win and keep us within the promotion playoff places, as we are currently 9 points ahead of Torquay in 7th. So I think we're all but guaranteed playoffs at the moment. If you did enjoy the video, please do give a like. Please do subscribe. And as I said earlier in the video, I am live streaming on Twitch. So please check my description and drop me a follow on Twitch if you wanted to see these episodes live. Thank you and bye-bye.